in class here doing another example. On this one, the original problem was up there in purple in the upper left corner. Gave these equations in kind of an unorganized format, right? And so the first thing we did is organized it. Put all the variable expressions to one side and the constants to the other, and put them in order and have them in nice clean columns, which helps you to not mess up as you're working through it. And then the next thing we did is turned it into a matrix, an augmented matrix, because of this vertical line here that separates the constants column, the other side of the equation there. So that's just as we really are working with as we're doing elimination to solve. And then I set up my first row operations. Again, my goal here is I'm going to leave row 1 alone, and I'm going to get zeros here and here. In the first column, 2 and 3. You want to use row 2, and in row 3, you want to use row 3. If you follow those kind of basic rules, be in good shape. So row 1 is easy enough. It's the same thing. 1, -2, 4, 6. And then we're going to do row 1 minus row 2. So that one's pretty easy too, I think. 1 minus 1 is 0. -2 minus 1 is -3. 4 minus 13 is -9. I could have reversed the subtraction there if I'd have thought about it, and then I wouldn't have those negatives. And then 6 minus 6 is 0. But it's not a big deal, because in the next step, I could multiply that whole row by -1 if I wanted to, or better yet, by -1/3 and reduce it. Generally, I try to avoid fractions in the middle of my process if I can. Now, the fractions will come out at the end if necessary. But if you try to keep integers in there while you're working, it's usually easier. All right, two row 1 plus row 3 is my next step. 2 row 1 plus row 3. So 2 plus -2 is 0. That's by design, right? 2 times -2 is -4 plus 6. That's going to be +2. 8 minus 1 is 7. And then 12 plus -10 is 2. Did I make a mistake? Please point out if I did. I sometimes do. I think I'm good, though. All right. Next step, I'm going to leave row 1 alone. I'm going to leave row 2 alone. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to take row 2 and multiply it by -1/3. I'll go ahead and do all that at once. 1, -2, 4, 6, 0, 1, 3, 0. And then what I'm going to do is, you know what? I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna set a good example here. I'm gonna leave row 3 alone, because it's probably a mistake if you try to do too much at once sometimes. So I would probably combine those steps, but if you're comfortable doing it, fine. But sometimes it's just, write a few more numbers. It's not such a big deal. All right, row 1 and row 2 stay the same now. And now is row 3 minus, right? All the way through there. That's going to, because now my goal is to get a 0 there. Once I have that, then I'll very easily be able to do back substitution to solve the system. So 1, -2, 4, 6, 0, 1, 3, 0. And now 0 minus 0 is 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. That was by design. 7 minus 2 times 3 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. And then 2 minus 2 times 0. So that's going to be 2. Okay, and we're basically done at this point. Again, at this step, you really need to use row 2 and row 3 together there, because those have this, they both have the 0 in the first column. Now we're ready to solve. You can go to that. We have z equals 2, right? 0x plus 0y plus 1z equals 2. We have y in the next row up here. We have 1y plus 3z equals 0. Well, z is 2, so 1y plus 3 times 2 equals 0. So y is -6, right? Then we go up one more row there. We get 1x minus 2y. Well, y is -6. And then plus 4z equals 6. So I have x plus 12 plus 8 equals 6. That's 20. So x equals -14. And so my solution, my answer is -14, -6, 2. Cool? And I'm going to go ahead and really quickly, I'm going to show you how to do this in the calculator now on the same problem. And this way you can check your answers. You don't have, I don't think I have shots from the teacher's edition posted. So what I'm going to do is go to right here where we first set up that matrix, right? So if you can get to the first matrix correctly, and then in your calculator has matrix capabilities. You can do lots of stuff. So the first thing you need to do is enter that matrix in the calculator. So you gotta go into the matrix menu, which is second, and then that x to the -1 button, right? See how it's in blue there? It says matrix. It's the button on the main part of the calculator. And then what I want to do is edit matrix A. So see at the top it says names math edit. So I'm going to go over twice to edit on matrix A. Hit enter. And this is a 3x4 matrix. It has 3 rows and 4 columns. It's rows by column. So I'm going to type in 3x4. And if you're not sure, take a guess. You'll tell as soon as you hit enter if it's the right shape, right? And what I'm going to do is just type in the values 2, 4, 6. 1, enter. -2, enter. 4, enter. 6, enter. 1, 36. And then -2, 6, -1, -10. Okay, double check it, take a quick look, because again, typing one thing in wrong is going to mess up the whole thing, right? The whole solution will be different. You won't know. Like it won't be like it. So I've got matrix A in there. That is matrix A. And now I'm going to quit out of the matrix thing here. It saves automatically. You don't have to. It's back in the matrix menu. I want to do matrix A. So I'm going to go to math. And what I want is called row echelon form. Talk more about this. I'll show you how to get all the way to reduced row echelon form by hand. We're almost there, actually. And I want to do reduced row echelon form on matrix A. So I go back to the matrix menu, and under names now, I hit enter on matrix A. Enter, and all at once, it does everything. And look at that, 1, 0, 0, -14. That means x is -14. 0, 1, 0, -6. That means y is -6. 0, 0, 1, 2. That means 1z equals 2. Equations. 1x plus 0y plus 0z equals -14. That's what that says, that top row. Good? So that's the magic button. It does it for you, and that is the same answer we got by hand. Cool? Well, this test will have a non-calculator part. Well, I should say a non-graphing calculator part. I will let you use a scientific calculator if you want to there so that you can double check your arithmetic. But I want you to be able to do these operations by hand too.